before I gotta go into work, I figured I'd fish a couple hours. You know, just knock the dew off a little bit. And I'm trying to get on a topwater bite out here. It's kind of weird, you know, it's fall. Water temps anywhere from 69 to 72 degrees where I'm at. I'm fishing a highland reservoir and caught a couple fish, no biggins. And these fish are everywhere blowing up. The ones I caught was not blowing up. The ones I'm trying to catch won't bite my topwater, but that's normal because unless you get a big school of fish that come up for about 5 seconds and just blowing bait out of the water, that's the ones that you want to target for topwater. The singles, they're teases, you know what I mean? Right now, all the bait is like that big. They're small. Let me just step down here and get a little closer, little bit, you know, getting that personal space that you got there. When I'm throwing topwater this time of the year, and it's at the end of September, and we're getting ready to go into October, I like throwing these little teeny poppers. Little guy. Come here, buddy. Little guy on the little popper, little pop. Little guy on the little pop. He knocked the piss out of it though. I can tell you that much. I think this size is the perfect size for topwater right now in the fall because, like I said, those the bait is so tiny. There's going to be some that are bigger, like the gizzards and stuff like that, but that ain't what they're eating. They're eating like the little hatchlings or the little teeny tiny pods of bait that you see swimming around right about this time. And some places you'll see them like every 40 foot, huge pods of bait, and they're just kind of chilling, going back and forth, you know, whatever, and they look like little sardines just kind of through the water. And I think that's what these fish around here are targeting as well. Holla if you hear me. And I'm throwing this on a Denali lithium rod, and that's what I'm using spinning gear for this setup right here. And it's a 7-foot medium heavy, just because I like a little bit of backbone on throwing these little pop-Rs. And even though when I say backbone, it's a spinning rod, so it's not like a flipping stick, so it's still got some tip to it. I don't like throwing mediums for like small pop-Rs. I like getting a good hook set in them, and you're not, you know, like I said, you're not like freaking trying to knock it out of the park. I'm using 15-pound Sunline braid, and I'm using an 8-pound Sunline fluorocarbon leader. And it's pretty much the same thing as my like a shaky head setup or something like that. I like somewhat of a tip when I'm throwing spinning gear for these little pop-Rs. And you know, this is just one of the top waters I've got for this time of the year, and I can show you some more. Hold on. Like Ricos work really good, the small Ricos. I've got one of those. I don't know where it's at. Just like the little Rebel pop-Rs you can get. I think these are 60s. Any shad looking color. You know, here's one, it's got the paint worn off of it. I'll probably sand this one down because bone is probably my favorite color. And I think I got these at Walmart actually, and they work great for this time of the year, especially when you're throwing it on spinning gear, light line, and just throwing it out there, and you can zing these little pop-Rs and get them where you want them to. Where I'm fishing at, a lot of time, they're real skittish because it's like super clear water, and it's not like St. Clair clear, but it's like hillbilly clear, if it makes sense. So you can't see 14 foot down, but you can see like 8 foot down. So I call it like hillbilly clear because we're in the mountains. That's kind of like my deal with topwater right now, because the fall and, you know, these fish are kind of weird. Tie one on, take it to a pond, take it to a lake, fish docks, fish, you know. Another thing I do, I just like going down the bank and just first thing in the morning, and I'm not gonna throw it all day, but first thing in the morning, I'm gonna go down the bank and I'm gonna, you know, 45 it, just in case they start blowing up on the outskirts of where I'm at in like 40 foot of water. My boat's usually in 12 foot, sometimes 20 foot if I'm like on a bluff type deal. or you know, I'm in 6 foot, 12 foot, where it just throw it towards the bank, and a lot of times these fish will start blowing up in like 40 foot of water. You can try it, but if it's like a single fish, they're hard to catch. If it's a school, reel in and throw out there because they will eat it. That's my take on fall topwater. This is part 2, topwater. Part 2. Part 1 was the P70, the bigger one. That was a little bit earlier in the year, like in midsummer, stuff like that. Catching them on bluffs, and same thing I'm doing now. I'm just downsizing my bait and my setup. So check that out. Go get you some of them little Pop-Rs or little Ricos. Tackle Warehouse usually has a sale on Ricos during Christmas, and they're like 12 bucks. You don't get no hooks, but they're like mistakes. But you can't really tell. I like sanding them down to where they're a bone color. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Elbow smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. And watch this.